Hello, hello, lovelies. Have you ever felt worthless or unworthy, not good enough? Perhaps you've felt, I don't fit in, or any other, version of I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or, I feel like a fake, a fraud, I just can't be myself. I had a client about 5 weeks ago. We worked on this feeling of not fitting in, of not belonging, of not feeling like she was worthy and good enough, and she had all of this emotion that was going on. So we really talked and unraveled and got in deep about what it was. She felt all of those things, but what was the big overriding belief that she was holding on to that was causing her to stay stuck and feeling all that less than and unworthiness and not good enough. And after, having that chat, which is what I do with every client for every session that we have, is really deep dive into what is the overarching, the biggest thing that's going on. And for this particular lovely lady, it was, I can't be myself. Okay, that was overriding all of this other stuff. Also, we believed at the time, we believed that was the biggest thing. So we started off by taking a measurement of where she was, how she would react to a situation where she felt I can't be myself. And we call this like an automatic response. It's a measurement of how she responds at events or things that are happening. And she created this scenario, this future event, that if she were to go into that, she would have, this is how she would feel and act and respond. And so she created this scenario of she was going with her partner to visit the in-laws, to visit and meet all of his family. And so before she went, she was believing, she was focused on, she would be, okay, in that event, she would be focused on saying the right thing. She would be caring about not being perceived or being a frosty bitch or upsetting everybody in the family. Believing about herself was that I don't fit in, and I think as a automatic response, I don't want to fit in. I don't want to. I don't want to have to care about it. She was believing about herself that I don't fit in. Believing about the situation, I don't want to be there and I don't want to go. And then what was she thinking about that future event? It would be easier if I didn't go. But I would have to keep my head down, don't say too much. And what would she do? She would drink wine. Now, when we physically rated what that felt, what she was feeling in her body when she thought about, I can't be myself, she was feeling in her throat, in her chest. She was grinding her teeth and clenching her fist, and she felt that at a rating of 10 out of 10, that feeling in her body rated 10. I can't be myself. Okay, so we went in through this process. We tapped into her own deepest wisdom. We went through this story. We got learning. She got learnings around, and some really, really awesome stuff come out. And it's so individual to her. It's something that only she, her deepest soul, can know what it is that she needs to know to be able to let this go, to release this, to resolve those feelings, and to gain wisdom so she could be confident, she could be worthy. She knows without a doubt that she could be, that she is worthy, that she is enough, that she is good enough, that she does fit in. Okay, so when we'd finished, we went back and we did this scenario again and got what she would do now in that particular instant. So she would close her eyes and imagine she was going to visit the in-laws with her partner. So what would she be focused on now? I'm focused on being myself. I'm going to make new friends. What is she caring about? Where before she was worried about being frosty and upsetting them, she was caring about them. So not caring about herself and how she would react and feel, she was caring about them. What was she believing about herself? Instead of I don't fit in and I don't want to fit in, I'm telling myself I don't want to fit in, she was believing that I am wonderful. Why wouldn't they want to hang out with me? Why wouldn't they want to get to know me? Light and day, right? And what was she believing about I am a shining light. And what was she believing about the situation where before she believed I don't want to come, now she believed this would be the first of many more to come. What was she thinking in that moment? I'm thinking about getting to know them better, finding out more about them and making a connection. Now, before what she thought she would do was drink wine. Now she could just laugh and have fun and enjoy the moment of making those connections. And before, where she was feeling so intensely 10 out of 10 in her body, where it was in her throat and in her chest, and her fists were clenched and her throat was, her teeth were clenched, grinding. Now she feels calm. So in the space of 30 minutes, where we went in and got these internal learnings, it went from a 10 out of 10 to a 0 out of 10, and the gravity of how that affected her life before she felt was a 20 out of 10. It affected everything that she did, every conversation that she had, every business meeting that she, everything she went through. Her believing I can't be myself affected everything. Now 5 weeks later, we've just had another conversation, and the I can't be myself is still at a 0. Worthiness, unworthiness is at a 0. Not being good enough, feeling alone, feeling not good enough, everything else that was sort of around that, all of those have dissipated. They've gone. They no longer. So the learnings that the internal deep wisdoms that she got around this one belief released what she was feeling in all those other areas. She feels wonderful, fucking awesome, was her words. And when we talked about the experience of creatrix, she said, it's so fucking weird. Her words again. I can't believe what I was saying, through that process. I can't believe what was coming out of my mouth and how it shifted. Now, 5 weeks later, and she was saying that I can't explain how it works. I just know it did. I know I'm different. And when I said something about, you'll never have to worry about feeling that again, instantly she said, I know. 100% knowing within her, I know I won't feel that again. I know I won't believe that again. I know that won't affect my life going into the future. That's pretty damn incredible, but which I know happens all the time for all the women who go through this process, who choose to put themselves first, choose to change. They're sick and tired of feeling like shit, feeling less than, or feeling unworthy, and having it affect every area of their life, having it affect the people around them. This I can't be myself was making her feel angry. It was making her feel sad. It was making her feel alone, feel worthless, feel not good enough, feel so many things. And all of a sudden that's changed. Now, we worked on a lot of other things, which I'll talk about in other videos probably. But I wanted to really touch on this because it is so big for so many women. And I know it was for me. I never felt like I fitted in. I felt worthless and not good enough and not smart enough and not pretty enough. I felt, so many things in that. I felt like I wasn't like everybody else. Everybody else was, confident and sure of themselves and smart and intelligent and rah, could go on for days. I never felt that about me, and because I had all of this mindset shit that was stopping me from feeling that about myself. And I think, from our earliest memories, if we are thinking or acting or looking confident to somebody else, they feel like they have to put us down, and knock that confidence, that worthiness, that strong sense of being gets knocked out of us. And so therefore we start this journey that could be 20, 30, 40, 50 years or more of feeling not good enough, of feeling not worthy, of feeling like we don't fit in, believing that we can't be ourselves because somebody else will judge us. One of the biggest things that came from the conversation I had with this lovely lady this week, where, 5 weeks later, she said, I just don't care. I just don't care. And not in a bad way, Maria. It's that I don't care what other people think. It's not a factor for me anymore. I'm just me. I'm just me. And I'm just doing what I want to do. I'm just being. And I just don't care. How awesome would your life be if you didn't care about outside factors, if they didn't affect how you felt about you? That's the thing. Okay, because most of the time, for most of us, we allow everyone and everything else to affect how we feel about ourselves. And if that no longer happens, at the deepest core of your being, that you're okay, that you're wonderful, that you're fucking awesome, that you have a light that shines bright no matter what. If you know that, and nothing can shake it, nothing can shake the confidence and your self-worth and your self-love and your belief in yourself, life then becomes pretty damn fucking awesome. Sorry about all the swear words, but it is. So if you're sick and tired of feeling less than, feeling unworthy, feeling not good enough, feeling like you don't fit in, feeling like or believing that you can't be yourself, that people will judge you, reach out and have a conversation, because life does not have to be left feeling all of this. That's not the right word. Your life does not have to be consistently, constantly feeling like you have to hide who you are, or you can expand, not shrink. That's the word I was looking for. Don't shrink who you are. Step up, expand, be strong, be confident, be who you want to be. Know with every fibre, every cell in your being, that you are wonderful, that you're awesome, that you just are. And you don't care about anything else. And not in a bad way. You care about people. You just don't care about how they might think about you. You don't allow anything else to dull your shine or dim your light. Okay? This is, been a bit longer than I thought, but well worth the time. Awesome. I cannot wait to hear from this lovely lady in 6 months and in 12 months and in 2 years, like my other clients, about how amazing their life is and how it's been and how so very happy they are for the change that they've made. And I asked this woman, was this journey, was this, breakthrough of all of the shit, because we did a hell of a lot more than just this, but this made a massive difference to her life. Was it worth it? Absolutely, without a doubt. What would it be, as she paid to have this breakthrough, to get rid of it? She put herself first. So what would it be worth? Now, knowing and feeling what you feel now, what would you say this is worth? And she said priceless. You can't put a price on this. You cannot know what it feels like to be free of that stuff until you're free of that stuff. So reach out, give yourself the best gift ever. Helping yourself to be all that you can be, to feel confident and worthy and so sure of who you are that no one can tell you otherwise. Talk to you soon. Bye.